Hi, welcome back to Angel Radio. I'm your host, CC. I'm so glad you're back here. We've already got, what is this? The Hierophant, the Chariot, and the Six of Cups jump right out at us here. Well, maybe the Chariot is delayed, but the Hierophant looks like maybe he's feeling like a little bit lenient. Maybe he's aware of some trouble. The Six of Cups, let's see what's going on here. It's inverted here, the future, renewal, that which will come to pass presently. Well, if the Chariot is inverted, I am guessing that's what we're waiting on. Hierophant's making a decision, a final call on something here soon. And the Chariot, it is this close in decision making about whether this is going to go or not. Whether or not, we're held in suspense right now. We're held in suspense. It is an active issue. We are being currently on hold for the answer any moment. Like all business stops until we get this clarification, and it's going to decide everything about the future. Talk about a fork in the road. We've got the Chariot is on hold. He's on standby. That's what I'm looking for. He is on standby right here, waiting for the Hierophant's call. Let's see what the Hierophant is dropping the data package on. Let's see. I woke up this morning with the waking effect, first thoughts on a clear mind. This morning's first message was another song, something like, not I Am the One, but Here I Go Again on My Own. What was that, Eddie Money? Here I go again on my own. They're going down the only road. You know the one. The Emperor just dropped out for us. Hierophant is gotta be the consult for the decider. Here's the public face. So Emperor makes a decision. The hierarchy is he doesn't actually go out and tell people what he wants to have happen. And he sure as heck doesn't call the limo driver up and say, hey, I'm ready. He has someone do that for him. Come on now. And it's not about he's too good for it. It's that this man is a commander and his time is better spent doing other things than picking up a phone call and arranging for a ride, or picking up a phone call and arranging for a crosstown package for a message to be delivered for green for go. Oh shit. I gotta be careful about saying that. That is a private message. That is a private message. All right. So I just eavesdropped on the package, and I didn't mean to. It's none of my business. Yeah. So yes, I hate saying this. I'm not going to. I am not a consultant. I am not a doctor or a lawyer or have any control over you making personal decisions about what you do with your life. I don't have that kind of power. So I am not going to tell you to green for go. I am not going to tell you it's to be foregone. I don't have that kind of power. But this message, because I'm eavesdropping now. It's not for me to say. What is not eavesdropping is, how does this relate to us? Who is going to come with us? Or who's going to come to us? Ooh, who's going to come with us? People are asking the question now, if, completely hypothetical that the emperor just, that the emperor just issued the order for the message to be released through the chariot to the people that are waiting, that we are green for go. Who's we? Who's we? If that is a thing. Okay, so maybe this is your family and you have a matriarch in the family. Maybe this is just like you're like got freaking 4 brothers or 4 sisters, or you've got a huge family, and there is definite leadership and hierarchy and someone who is I'm getting some ooh, I'm remembering dream now. Shit. This is a family, and there's some hijinks going on. This person is double dealing. The emperor is in on it. He's testing. I was so worried that this family was going to be causing the surreptitious death or the surreptitious unaliving or somebody's downfall, but no. Now that the message has been sent, the players that jumped just now, he saw him, this emperor, and I almost want to say it's just emperor energy, but I'm pretty sure this is a dude, and the patriarch of some system, and he has been challenged with subterfuge, and he has sent a message through that inverted Hierophant. He was inverted because he was withholding his true intentions. He's not double dealing. He's holding out to see who comes in to, if there is a vacuum of power. The messenger sent, he's not in the game. If this is a sibling, you probably sent the younger sibling in to find out what the deal is. If this is a family, here's your family leadership. Here's the spouse that likes to signify. Here's the spouse that likes to live vicariously through the power and prestige and actual money and actual funding of the household, like it's hers. She didn't go out and get that shit. That's part of the infighting. But that's what's happening here, is there's infighting. This is a single group that is otherwise cohesive in their dysfunction, and they get big shit done when it's them against the world. But when it's them against each other, it's all bets are off. So we have, like the Hierophant and like the Chariot, just been walked down the primrose path to give the signal that it is free to do something. And this, it's like the good guy's flying monkey. You send out messages in certain directions and see where it comes back to you. You'll learn a lot about people. Emperor's in on it the whole time, so you better hope. Because there's a reason why the Emperor's in charge, man. You better hope you were on the good side of what just happened. Because that was a setup from the top. from the top. Secret boss. But secret boss doesn't have to put boots on the ground. Secret boss already has boots on the ground. Secret boss already knows who every single one of you players are and what your role is. Don't be a fool. Don't be a fool. There's some greed here. See, true good intentions will bear out. So we have the King of Wands come in sideways here. The Fool, Major Arcana doesn't have invert, but the Fool inverted. Everybody makes the same mistake and thinks that they're so easily confused. But this is your Emperor. This is your secret boss. This is your where that information feedback loop hits the bottom and activates. And then up comes the rising of whoever was using that go sign to do naughty business. And it's gonna be looking like a setup, or it'll look like, who, me? No, that wasn't me, because there's gonna be a lot of people involved. Roughly half of that crew is going to be falling on, one side or the other, because this is between mom and pop. We just got to the crux of it, didn't we? It doesn't matter where all this bounces back from. It doesn't matter about if it was somebody's allowance or if it was somebody's pride or if it was, what it was the person that actually has the freaking authority, that has the actual power, that has been showing the grace this whole time. Oh, Lordy, I'm preaching. Here we go. This person gave everything they had. Okay. How this works when real power dynamics work is it didn't actually give everything they had to the spouse. They give access to everything they have to the spouse. Now, the truth of the matter is, y'all married, you took vows, or you make promises to each other as life partners. You come into a knowledgeable, mutually consented agreement of understanding, and you start bending the understanding. Well, he didn't exactly say I couldn't do. No, you know what the fuck he meant. You knew what the fuck he meant. You gotta start playing games. Gotta start playing games, sister girl. Go fuck around and find out. Because this person, no, they're not just gonna give their shit away. They're not just gonna give their shit away, man. They know better. But if you want to come in and be their partner with them and enjoy this life and have this wonderful thing together and build something together and be supportive of this person building and them committing that more and having that build and grow together and then really being able to own partnership. Really, truly being able to own partner. Now, if this is the woman in that marriage, call me old school, being a bitch. Being a bitch. Being a bitch. If this is the dude, you know how that dynamic changes. We don't live in 1940 anymore where a woman can't leave the family and can't leave the marriage and go support herself anymore. But there is the separate, now purely social, because we've taken the economy out of it. How much are you willing to treat me better than just your buddy? How much am I your queen? How much do you honor me? Do you open yourself fully to me? And do I have access to your life? Because, not all of those mates are gonna be the type of person that warrant this. And what we're finding out through this test, because he wouldn't be doing this testing if she hadn't already shown the behavior. And he didn't want to believe it. She didn't want to believe it. And it just, you do it because you want to flesh out some other reasonable accountability for what's going on around you that you can't seem to account for, can't pin down. Because you're not being given the truth, for one. And because it's not the truth, it's not a whole story behind it. You're not going to get those answers. They haven't invented them yet. They just haven't invented them yet. So there was a need there to fill in some blanks, to get the answers. And damn it, who in that house deserves to know what the fuck's going on than the person paying the fucking bills? Okay. So now we've confirmed that there was some sneaky shit. There was some blowback, come back up the pipe. It's come back to the Emperor's attention because we're aware of it now. And that was that was our question here. That was what started the whole game. And that person is what needed the answer. And they have their answer now. I don't know if they like it. I think it's like, not that it wasn't as bad as you thought it was going to be, but that it still implicates a shady nature. It still implicates, and it's not like he was going out, already had his mind up made about it either. It just still implicates that there was some grooming involved with other people that were in close confidence with the happiness of the family. And that revelation really is what the problem is. That revelation that this family is in compromise, individually in compromise, that I, the Emperor, have lost touch with each member of my family this badly. I've got people I know coming in my face here right now. Oh, that visually, the image of their face is right here in my mind's eye. And knowing them that personally, knowing how much that's just going to be like a big disappointment, and knowing how personal that disappointment is. And I feel for that person. The one that I know that this all seems to fit so sweetly. We've got another data package here. We've got the Nine of Wands, the Knight of Wands, and the Page of Swords. Page of Swords. And the Nine of Wands, this guy is usually just at the gate and waiting, and formidable if he's challenged. But this this time, you're the other side of that gate. This time, you're on the other side of that gate. I don't know if you just found yourself on the wrong side of history here. You may have. You may have. Let's see. Knight of Wands. And I don't ever know who I'm talking to. I'd rather be talking to chosen people. But if you are coming up on my vibration at all, it's because you need to find a way to rectify this. And that shows your pure heart. And that is your salvation, your penance, your true, not your guilt, because guilt blocks your ability to guilt is a whole other bag, honey. Guilt will destroy any pleasure that you can have, that will charge your batteries in order for you to love people. You can't let your guilt You know, you got to be able to look at the things that you did wrong, hold them up in front of yourself, look at them, and go, damn, damn, and learn. And don't let that cloud your energy. Accept that you've done wrong, and that acceptance only comes when you see that you have done something that was truly like you wouldn't want that done to you. You empathize. For the first time during wrongdoing, not only do you recognize that it was a moral issue that would be wrong for anyone else to do, but that there are personal implications in it, that you have damaged someone and that you for the first time feel how you may have done that damage, the effects of that damage. And that's what drives you from not doing it again. It hurts. It hurts you personally. It didn't hurt you before, you just knew it was bad. Now you know it hurts. And now you know why. You know what particular kind of hurt that is. And that's probably the first time you've sat with that, especially if you have a particular wrongdoing in mind. You may not be able to go back and apologize. If you can, I recommend it. If you can do it without drama. If the other person is, most of the time, other people are like, what? Oh yeah, hey, you did. Hey, you did. You did do that. What the fuck already? I forgot all about that. Okay, so if you're on the wrong side of history here, and you self-examination is the first step to self-forgiveness. You gotta start in the middle. Start right down in the middle. The Knight of Wands lets us do what? There is a rupture and a division, an interruption and a discord. You guys are not on the same team right now. You're not on the same team. But the Page of Swords tells us what? Page of Swords is coming to tell us something. Coming to tell us where the page is. A more evil side of these qualities, and these qualities being lithe, active figure holds a sword upright with both hands while in the act of swift walking. He is passing over rugged land, and about his way the clouds are collocated wildly. This is just, there's a storm brewing. He's alert, he's lively, looking this way and that as if an expected enemy might appear at any moment. And it's more of the evil side of these qualities. What is unforeseen, unprepared. It's a kind of a panic state. Sickness is also intimidated. I had a really bad time with a stomachache this morning. This is an empty gut, but that empty gut feeling feels a lot like anxiety and guilt. Let's see here. There's an inability to digest what you have done. A physical inability to accept your own behavior. Oh, I hate that place. Because you're so fucking righteous right then. And you're usually still up in your belly, just jammed on unwillingness, and then just fucking mad raging, blaming it outwardly before you turn it inwardly into shame. Rage is just shame outwardly, and shame is just a recognition that you can't make something happen. Whatever that is, you can't make it happen. You're not able to make it go. Oh, but this is when you don't cope with that, when you don't deal with the fact and accept that you can't make something go because it's rooted down in shame and guilt. It's rooted down in guilt, and because now you must have done something wrong, right? You must have done something wrong, or you're wrong, or what's wrong with you. You internalize that shame too long, you can make your own guilt. And then you take pleasure away from the memories that you have. You could have memories of the most wonderful experiences and then later have a bout of guilt about it. and destroy, evaporate every joyful little speck of fairy dust it generates inside of you and turn it into an ugly thing. That's what guilt does. Okay. Shit, where were we? Oh, we're on the wrong side of this here. We are on the wrong side of this emperor. Okay. He dropped a little signal. Everybody jumped. And if you jumped or if you didn't jump, then you guys are gonna. He saw you flinch. He saw you fucking flinch, and he can't unsee it. And now you two are on the outs, and the intimacy is out. When you look at the emperor now, this guy. Now see, this was. I don't know if you can see this from here. I had the top row was all about what we were talking about the first half, and the second half here was ever since that message got back up to the king. So I think what we're looking at here is the reflection on the other side of the conflict. We have panned around or flipped the chapter, and now we're POV from the person that got caught. So before we were talking from the POV of the emperor, and now we're narrating from the POV of the person he caught out. So do we know how to remedy this? Is there a remedy? Because there is a rupture. There is a rupture, and you guys can't even look at each other right now. He can't look at you because he knows that you can't look at him right. And he sees you squirming. Oh, and he's embarrassed. And until you're ready to, he's just going to end up doing all the talking, and he's going to say shit that it's going to be like bridge burning. And he's holding his rage. The devil. He is holding the devil back. He is holding the devil back. Did you lie to him? Did you lie to him? This is interesting, getting the dual reading. Well, you know, this is the king. This is where the devil gets really pernicious in the wicked doing, because it will just perpetuate every little offense that it can grab along the way to remedy. Every tiny little point that it can get. It doesn't just get the point, it has the potential on every single one of being the final crack, of being the crack that the bridge gives way to, of being the final straw on the camel's back that crumbles this thing irrevocably. Every tiny, so you both, when you're bringing remedy to an argument, you're bringing remedy to a rupture of a relationship, step gingerly, because every little thing, every word, every gesture, every huff, everything that you let come out of you that is perceivable will be weighed with the highest sensitivity. So you want to burn that bridge? Right now is the time to do it. It would take a flick of a wrist. Take a flick of a wrist. You got a stalker right now? If this is a social dynamic, you being the emperor, and this whole thing has been a setup, and you fed a little bit of information off of one end, and it came back to you. It came back to you that way. Confirmation. I just had a drawing fall off the wall. Social setting. Backstabbing. Backbiting. gossip. You didn't walk away. Everyone assumes when the zombie apocalypse comes that they're going to be the guy standing on the top of the Camaro or the freaking El Camino with a double barrel shotgun and a broad at the waist. Nah, man, you're going to be like 6 rows back. You're going to be 6 rows back and a fucking 2 zombies are gnawing on the back of your head and you're up there going, ah. And, no, the game is over, man. And you just, I'm getting angry. I'm channeling their frustration here because they abandoned you and you're the one smug. They turned their backs on you in their shame. And you're the one that's smug. Now there's somebody standing on the outside of this that was hedging bets on how your family was going to respond to you. And they were hedging bets in a way that whatever they were wanting out of these people, it was going to fall out of them when they elevated at your expense. Oh, damn, I'm feeling it. That's why I'm angry. And once you got compromised and they could feed, it wasn't that they were going to be eating what you dropped or what these people dropped. They were going to be able to eliminate you and take the entirety of your wealth. They could not imagine that you had another big cash play in you and you had capped out for your life term. And you would be slowly whittling that down until the day of your demise. And they didn't want that to go on any longer than it had to. Son of a gun. Socially, that switched strictly socially. There's no money involved. It was just that they, in their small-mindedness, had exhausted their evaluation of your value. They had, to their estimation, used up everything they could possibly imagine. And they have been turning you for, well, this season like this has been going on for about 18 months. I think Lionsgate brought the close of it. You will have seen your social groups dropping out in whole masses. Like all of their cloaking, of their demon riding, whatever their spiritual parasite was that was throwing out this chimera of a likable, affable person that attracted you to them to start with. Those jinn, and we'll explain the difference between jinn and demons on another episode. Those jinn can only keep that shit up for so long. That's why when you're with a bad guy, or it takes about a year in a relationship before you've gone through enough occurrences of life events that you have seen them have an opportunity to fall down relatively in their life, have some obstruction or adversity or turmoil or family conflict, or have to navigate some difficulty. But in the last year and a half, We're in August now, so Lionsgate was in July, August. Yeah, so okay, so 18, 20, 22 months. Uh, it's been this trying to figure out what everybody's true intentions are, and just waiting for them to reveal themselves to you. And Lionsgate brought that to a close. That false front, that representative, uh, because it's false negative energy can only be maintained for so long. And the longer you try to hold that, the more expensive it gets. The final crack and act out from being held down to that false person, that costume. The longer you're stuck in a full body costume, the more you want out. It, this this group could only hold this stuff down for so long, and then the cracks started showing. The emperor had to come back into it and start testing, and it didn't take but the one test, the one time of just putting a wrench in the smooth system. And we were talking about these people waiting for the emperor's call and betting it was going to go a different way, betting that the emperor was a fool and that was just going to give the house she had talked him into something. I was being blocked a minute ago and I had to get back to it. She was blocking him from something, or he was blocking something from her. And that's the part that this person was after. And he used these people's greed of wealth to navigate the emperor to take a jump. Except the emperor, he did take that jump, but he sent a false signal that outed everything and foiled this one's plan altogether. But this is not out. I don't think this one got caught. So you got to watch out. This is the devil player. It's always a persistent motherfucker that's playing in the background. It got so cloudy there. Oh my God, it got so cloudy there. Now this doesn't mean go back into the fight with this guy. This means that this guy now, because he's the only, oh, damn. I saw this image when I started pulling these cards. You know the old gag in the military where everybody stands on the line and they call for volunteers. Anybody that wants to volunteer, step forward now. And the sergeant's got his back turned, and everybody on a line of 150 men take a step backward, except for one poor sucker stuck left standing up front by himself. They all just take a whoop and leave him up here. And shit. And he turns around and doesn't know what happens, and the sergeant turns around and he's the only one standing there. This guy knew it was coming, so he was the only one that didn't flinch. Got you, motherfucker! Got you! Busted, cold busted. And And he's all there. I say it every time. He's always got that smug fucking smile on his face like he's got away with something big. Go get him, boys. Whoever the fuck this is. You know how to do it. You don't have to lift a finger, do you? You let him come to you. You let him come to you, because he didn't get his wish fulfilled. He's going to come with something else. And it's going to be sympathy for this poor, unfortunate event. And he's going to, oh, damn. I'm solving my own problems here. Boys, if you're watching, and I know you are, this guy right here is about to step up and tell you who he is, because he's going to come and sympathize with details that he's not supposed to have. He's not supposed to know this. And it'll be the only turkey that does. You'll be the only motherfucker that does. And he'll still have the weapons on him. We just shifted. This is the third storyline. And it just, the thing about tarot is that it applies in so many different levels, because there are so many different stories going on in people's lives at one time. Now, I pray that all of these three storylines are not happening to the same person. You got your freaking hands full. But they all happen in the same way. They'll all happen in the same way. I hope I've helped. And I hope if you're on the wrong side of this, it's not too late. But he's watching you. And the next time you fuck up, because you both know this happened. But it's still a childlike exchange. It's still a parental-child exchange. So do right. You're being given a chance to hold yourself accountable and not have someone else do it for you. If you were this guy, I don't have any more words for you. We're not talking about that anymore. If you are this person, the partner, the mate, the confidant, the consort, the trusted single person in this leader's life, you don't have any more chances. And if you fuck up again, it's not going to be a slap on the wrist and you're grounded and we're going through this and I'm taking your allowance and I want the keys to the car. It's going, you are leaving now with a suitcase, a change of clothes, one change of clothes, no jewelry. You can take your tennis shoes, the Balenciagos and all that shit stays here. I will call you a taxi to whatever hotel you would like to stay at your expense. I'm taking the cards. I'm taking the cars. The kids are staying here. The dogs are staying here. We're done. We got nothing for you here. You don't live here anymore. And it's just that done. There won't be any emotion behind it. Because you, as a stranger, don't get the privilege of knowing how I feel. That is none of your business. So as always, stand on business. Know your mind. And we'll see you next time. Don't let it get you. We'll see you next time. Take care.